Hey, look, real estate gurus are lying. Everywhere you turn, someone is selling a dream. Buy my course, join my mastermind. Oh, scale your empire, quit your job, buy apartments. Guys, it's everywhere. Launch an Airbnb. Use Section 8, for goodness sake. Start assisted living. What if we help you raise private money so you can buy 200 units and scale that puppy? Guys, do it all. No money down, no experience, no credit, no team, no clue. What are you actually doing? Come on. I mean, seriously, at some point, grown men need to stop pretending this is education and call it what it is. It's the consumer economy wearing a real estate costume, all right? Here's the sad part. It works. It's not because, people are stupid. It works because people are tired. You're tired. You're tired of working hard and falling behind. You're tired of looking at retirement calculators that tell you need $1.5 million just to survive. You're probably tired of watching groceries, insurance, housing, taxes, and everything else go up while your paycheck feels like it's standing still. Am I right? When some polished guru shows up online with a rented mansion and a luxury car or a fake lifestyle and a promise that real estate can set him free, that's when people start to lean in. They want to believe. You want to believe. I did. You want a shortcut. You want the answer. You want the magic pill. Oh yes, the magic pill. And that's exactly what the guru economy sells. They don't sell systems. They don't sell discipline. They're not teaching you acquisition or capital. It's not about management. They don't teach you the importance of reserves or risk control. They sell escape. That's why I asked AI a very simple question. Why is it that everywhere I turn, some guru is selling a course on scaling a real estate empire to novice investors? The answer was brutally honest, so I'm gonna share it here, okay? I'm gonna read it, and I think this pulls the curtain back on something most people need to hear, all right? But before I do, I want you to understand this. The problem is not education. I believe in education. I absolutely believe in education. The problem is fake education that sells fantasy to beginners before they actually understand the fundamentals. Guys, the problem is telling novice investors to go build a real estate empire when they have not even learned how to control a single door. They haven't learned how to do one door. It's like handing car keys to a teenager and telling them to drive an 18-wheeler through the mountain pass. Man, you really think your teenage kid could survive that? Maybe. I don't know. Honestly, that is not wisdom. It's recklessness packaged as ambition. Let's take a moment. We're going to read what the AI said. Why is it everywhere I turn, some guru is selling a course on scaling real estate empire to novice investors? The reason you see gurus everywhere pitching courses on how to scale massive real estate empires to complete novices is because they are monetizing the consumer economy's desire for a magic pill. You're watching fake teachers sell a get-rich-quick fantasy to people who are desperate to escape their jobs. Here is the curtain pulled back on exactly why the internet is flooded with these programs. Number one, they are selling sexy exit strategies, not the unsexy work of acquisition. Seriously, right? All right. Gurus will happily charge you $10,000, $15,000, or even $20,000 to teach a beginner how to run an Airbnb, set up Section 8 housing, or operate an assisted living facility. But those are simply exit strategies. They are just ways to use a property once you already own it. These courses rarely teach the gritty foundational skills of how to actually hunt down off-market deals or finance them without draining your own cash. They sell you the shiny destination, leaving you stuck with an expensive education and zero actual real estate. They want to siphon your capital for their own deals. That's number 2. Many of the high-level influencers telling novices to skip single-family homes and jump straight into a 200-unit apartment complexes have a hidden agenda. They know full well that a beginner does not have the resume, the management team, or the bank relationship to take down massive multi-family assets. Their actual goal is to convince you that it's too hard to do it alone. So you will just need to write a check and invest your cash directly into their syndications. They use these massive courses as marketing funnels to fund their own empires. Number 3, they hide the brutal reality of property management. See, the consumer mindset constantly looks for effortless, passive income. But anyone selling a real estate as a completely passive, easy venture on social media is running a scam. Real estate requires intense, often brutal property management. When you scale too fast with borrowed money and no operational skills, you will go bankrupt. Gurus don't put midnight plumbing disasters, eviction court battles, or massive capital expenditures in their Instagram ads because the unsexy truth doesn't sell $200,000 mastermind seats. All right, guys, look, here's the operator's truth. You do not need to buy a massive empire to change your life. You need to focus on the one-door control system. All right, master the system of acquisition, capital management on a single property that produces reliable income. All right, consider the ant. You guys probably know my first book was called Consider the Ant, right? So the AI knows that, and it kind of interjected a little bit of my writing. But wealth is not built by buying a guru's expensive shortcut. It's built through the daily, unsexy, persistent work of acquiring hard assets that put money into your pocket. It's a lie, A-L-I-E. So stop consuming their hype, find a distressed seller, and do the real work of buying income. I don't sit here saying all this because I'm above it, all right? I know I'm not. I started my real estate investing journey paying thousands and thousands of dollars for courses, seminars, boot camps, trainings, and promises. Guys, I sat in those rooms. I've listened to the pitches. I bought into the hope. I felt that little spark that says maybe this is the thing that finally changes everything. So just believe me when I say this, okay? I get it. I really, really get it. And I understand why people buy the courses. Maybe you want to chase that shortcut. I understand why a man who's tired, working hard, trying to provide, looking at his future and wondering if he's behind, might be tempted to reach for anything that sounds like a way out. Guys, I'm not free from any of that pain, all right? I have lived it. I got the t-shirt, literally. I'm just a little bit stubborn. See, I kept on going. I didn't quit when it got tough. And along the way, I have had plenty of missteps, mishaps, bad decisions, a lot of painful lessons, and some pretty expensive mistakes. Guys, I didn't come from money. I came from a hard blue-collar home. You know, my parents divorced when I was young, and money was always tight. We sacrificed things that we wanted because there just wasn't any money. I watched friends get new cars on their 16th birthdays while we were living in rented apartments, you know, doing whatever we could to get by. I got my first job throwing newspapers when I was 11 years old. I was cutting grass on the weekends when I was 10 years old. See, I just wanted to make some money because we never had any. It just kind of does something to you, right? It taught me how to work. You know, maybe you've gone through some similar things. I don't know, but it teaches you don't trust anything people tell you. Call me a skeptical if you want, but that's probably a fair assessment. But I've had people let me down since I was a kid, and I do not naturally take things at face value. I ask questions, I push back, I test ideas. I want to know where the money's made, where the risk is hidden, who benefits from the story that's being sold. That's why I'm so hard on the guru economy. Not because education's a bad thing. I think education is absolutely necessary. But hype is not education, all right? A dream is not a system. Here's a big promise. That's not a plan, right? Buying another course isn't the same thing as becoming an operator. I don't have some massive internet famous real estate portfolio. I don't pretend to. What I do have is a life built from real work. I've been in the real estate game for over 30 years. As I built custom homes as a carpenter when I was a teenager. I've written mortgages. I've done home equity lending at the bank. I bought and sold as a realtor for the last 14 years. I've invested in fix and flips, lease options, rentals, syndications, partnerships. Today, I'm a partner in ownership across more than 400 units, and I operate a small real estate brokerage and a small property management group with around 200 units under management. Guys, I've helped over 1,000 people with their real estate dreams. At the end of the day, I'm still just a guy who gets up, I put my pants on, and I go to work. That's it. I don't have a rented Lamborghini. I'm not sitting in my fake private jet. I don't have a promise that you can get rich by next Thursday or in the next 90 minutes. All I can tell you is it's work, right? It's just work. Daily, unsexy, persistent work. I've been bankrupt. I've lost a house. I lost all my savings more than once. That made me wonder if I was ever going to figure this thing out. Here's what I know today. Scars can build wisdom if you're willing to sit at the feet of the teacher. And in the last 7 years, with the help of all those lessons and all those scars, all those years of experience, our financial life has turned around quickly. It's not because we found some magic pill, blue, red, purple, doesn't matter, right? Because we started thinking differently. We stopped chasing the consumer economy's version of success, stopped listening to the gurus, and we started building towards income, control, hard assets, and real systems. That's what I want for you, not hype. I'm not here to pressure you into anything. I don't have another expensive promise. I'm not selling some big, crazy expensive course. I'm just offering you a better way to think. That's why I created the free one-door challenge, all right? It's why I wrote Get Unbroke. The one-door challenge, it's there to help you slow down, think clearly, and understand whether one smart piece of real estate could fit into your bigger plan. It's free. And Get Unbroke it's a book I wish somebody would have handed me years ago. It's cheap. It's less than 20 bucks, right? It's an easy read, but I believe the content can change your life if you actually sit down with it and let it challenge how you think about money. Study it. I lived a lot of this. Man, I lived it the hard way. I got the scars, so maybe you don't have to. So here's your next step. Start the one-door challenge. Click the link down below, or click the link and grab a copy of Get Unbroke. Or you know what? Do both. Both links are in the description. There's no hype here, guys. It's no pressure, no fantasy. It's just a chance to step out of the noise, start thinking like an operator, and start building your future one clear decision at a time, because your future matters and it doesn't need another guru. It needs a system.